December 27th, 10 a.m. District Courtroom number 3. And with that I say, hello everyone, and welcome back to Pheonix Wright Ace Attorney. I think it's the other way, it's Ace Attorney Pheonix Wright. But we're still helping out Edgewolf. When last time we had what is it called? We had to look around for stuff again to help find, like, who really killed the defense attorney, right? The other one, not Pheonix. I still don't think we have a lot of information. However, there is someone in this courtroom this time around in this trial that is gonna be able to help us a lot, right? I just hope that they remember stuff, right? So let's see. Fun karma. Let's give you some karma. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Okay, very well then. No opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, okay, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Mate, my episode's not that short. Order. Mr. Van Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I'll call my witness, my decisive witness to the stand. Oh, it's that mysterious boat shop owner, yeah. Sleepy guy. Witness, state your profession. Yeah. I am the proprietor of the restaurant, the Wet Noodle at Gold Lake. Oh, and also I rent a boat. The night of the incident, you were at the boat rental shop, correct? My noodle shop, yes, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this guy, old guy is. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. I have predicted this trial would end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. And no, I won't. Shut up. The witness will state his name. Sure, well, I'm not really sure, yup. Oh, what do you mean? My memory, Your Honor. The testimony doesn't remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Well, then he's not a worthy witness, is he? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Oh, very well, then let's hear his testimony then, shall we, witness? What is his name, even? I wonder if we ever, like, find out. It was night of the 24th, just after midnight. Hey, yup. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats, as usual. Da-da-da bang! Hey, yup. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. And then I heard another bang. Just about then, a boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window. Very well then. I would like to begin the cross-examination. There is nothing to question in my witness testimony, ergo no need for cross-examination. Wait, what the? But there's only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Has it been 3 minutes? I wonder. Judge, your verdict now. Yes, Mr. Wright. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Oh well, very well then. You may begin. Whoa! Excuse me? Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. I love how the judge takes. Oh yeah, Mr. Karma, you're getting old. I understand. Me too, I'm old. Well, take it slowly. The night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure, yep. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. I asked him and then he remembered, isn't that right? Oh. Don't glare at me like that. I remember it clearly, I did. Yup. You see? Continue. My 3-minute thingy. I was in the restaurant where I rent boats as usual. Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. That's not good enough for a court of law. You say that, Pheonix, but okay, you know what? Sure. We'll see how long that stays. Like that. Mr. Wright, what is not a good exactly enough? Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. A parrot, you say? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. A Keith? The prosecution continues that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. Oh, sorry about that. And then I heard a bang. Hey, yup. And where did the bang seem to come from? Oh, from the lake, I figure. Hey, yup. Are you certain? Hey, yup. Good. Continue. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. That's the one with Edgeworth and the guy. Was there someone on the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly. At least someone doesn't say that they saw them. But I figured there were 2 men out there. Hey, yup. But you couldn't see them clearly. Hey, yup. At the time, that is. At the time? What's that supposed to mean? Then I heard another bang. So you heard 2 gunshots total? Hey, yup. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday as well. But there's still 3 shots. And then just about the boat came back to the shore and a man walks by the window. I gotta know, who's this man? By your window? Hey, yup. By my window, right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty damn thick, but it was right there in front of him. I saw him all day, alright. Oh, this is a very important detail. Please add it to your testimony. Phew. Oh no, I have a bad feeling about this. That man was the defendant. He was in. I can't believe he's dead. So it's Edgeworth, right? Wait a second. No, okay. I wanted to test it. Because it's on one it says also I should save. You never know. Should I save over here? I guess I can't save over here. It should be fine. Let's see. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad! Dad! dead, and Keith said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by too. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, that old boy. Well, this sounds on this side of evidence known. Indeed, I see no room to doubt. Von Karma, he lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for the fall. Nick, I don't like the way things are going now. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I better act quickly or this trial's gonna be over. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing from his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he'd fired. You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? I'll object again. Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead. But his word is all that we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently you have yet to realize that even that is a fact. You say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? That's not good, there's nothing we can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please, can you hear me, sis? Please? We need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough, the winners may leave the stand. This court seems no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpreting of the facts. What? No! The court finds the defendant, Miss Miles Edgeworth, guilty. The accuser will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's trial. That is all. The court is adjourned. Wait! What? Is Maya again? Who was that just now? Me! Huh? What? Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you're gonna listen to me. I was there at the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday. But today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Order! Order! Wait, what is the meaning of this? The verdict has already been decided. I call for adjournment. Well, one moment, Mr. Van Gamma. So you say you've heard the gunshot? Yep, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting in an audience listening to the testimony, and then I realized something he said was different from what I remembered. Anywho, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I will testify. Let me testify. Oh, let's go, Larry. Yes! Larry with the safe. Order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Well, Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's giving us one last chance at this. That's right. If only it wasn't Larry. It could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It can't get worse. Know what? True that. Okay. Your Honor, there is another witness, and it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Also, he's at 15. It's been around 15 minutes. Yeah, sure. Very well then, allow me to speak my opinion. It is all court proceedings. It is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard. Oh, what is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Let's go! Mr. Van Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Let's go. Ooh, that's hype. I'm very hyped for this trial. The AC30 series is really cool though, not gonna lie. I really like it. December 27th, 10:28 AM. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Whew. Oh, that was too close. Sorry to give you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth, you're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans on saying in there. No, there was at the lake that night. Yeah. They said they went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Alright, and then they found the balloon in the air tank that night, right? Yep. Hey, Edgeworth. You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It is nothing. Edgeworth, sir? I have something I've been meaning to ask you. And what is that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When I fell into the lake, I fell into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. And then I saw the pistol lying on the front of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. At least you picked it up with your right hand and not your left hand. I didn't have a reason, really. Well, being in shock, I think, could make you do that, right? I see. Right. Yeah. This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time I've ever had to deal with something unexpected. Well, that's a bad prosecutor then. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? Well, it's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? Oh, that's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll make this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything is on Larry now. Well, I believe in me, boy. Me boy is not gonna let... That was 7 minutes of a break. Okay, I guess it's fine. District Court in courtroom number 3. Larry, it's kind of funny to see you back in the witness stand. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Alright, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Montgomery didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Yeah. The night of the murder. That night, I was out in a boat in the lake. Funny that no one saw Larry's boat. I was looking for something, and I did find it. So I quickly slipped the boat back into the rental shop deck. And then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard that a bang. I looked out to the lake and I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Well, that was an unusually vague testimony, even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little bit scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way out but forward, Nick. Also, I'm pretty sure the time frame that good old Butts is talking about is a little bit different. There's something about it that I'm like... Something is off. Something is very much off. Right? And I think... this little detail is finally going to come up now. Which is gonna be so good if it did. So let's see. That night I went out to the boat. Something wrong, Mr. Wright. There were so many things wrong I didn't even know where to begin. Okay, well then, first off, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11, so when I went out in the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night, so I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out in the boat at such a late hour? I was looking for something, and I found it. Looking for something? Yeah, Mr. Butch, what were you looking for? What no witness was searching for is irrelevant. I most likely was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. That is all irrelevant. Now let's get this over with. So I politely shipped the boat back into the rental shop dock. Was there another boat out? Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I forget I was out searching for about an hour. Guess it was around midnight, yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face. I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. And then just as I was thinking of going home, I heard that bang. Only a singular bang. Where did that sound come from? Oh, well, I wasn't sure about it. I looked around, you know. Did you look at the lake? Yeah, I looked. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. No, wasn't there a boat at the lake? Order, order. Well, Mr. Butts. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everyone just calm down, okay? Well, it was a real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Okay, no, that's just the most important part of this case. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That's the one that I need to like. You only heard one bang, correct? Yep. Nick, that was pretty wishy-washy. I guess I could start contradicting now. Wish I could be more helpful. I wish I could call my sister. Yeah, it's okay. I got what I wanted, which is that single gunshot. Because we do have a testimony that says that there were 2 gunshots. Wait a second, Larry. Yeah, what? You only heard one bang. Are you sure? Well, yeah, that's what I said. But Mrs. Lotta Hart testified yesterday that you had 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Oh, yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know if something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butch. What? You only heard 1 gunshot, are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. What do you mean not sure? How could you not be sure? Hey, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order, and stop that booing. Mr. Butch, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That's a crime. I listen to my radio. Everyone listens to the radio. What's the big deal? I don't think anyone nowadays listens to the radio. Or at least not as much. Mr. Fankama, your opinion? Wasted time. I do not accept this as best witness. I know his solid testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, shall we continue this testimony? Yeah. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Well then, Mr. Butts, please give your testimony and be sure to include details, like your radio. Oh, okay, sure, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. What Larry heard. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I always listen to an old request show on the radio, you see? I was listening to it real booming loud, like. And I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem is. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? But there was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, this means that, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Okay, well then, very well then, Mr. Wright. Can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Well, it's the only way forward. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. So you turned on the radio? Right, I wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like to be out there alone on Christmas Eve. Alone. I shouldn't have said anything. Pretty sure Pheonix been alone for quite a while. That's why I was listening to an old request show on the radio, you see. Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor. Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to hear. Tell us, Mr. Buzz, how loud was your radio set up to that night? I was listening, like, booming loud, like. Real booming loud? Yeah, you know. You had headphones on? Yup. I don't think you could hear anything going on outside at all. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. Can you prove it? No, of course you can't. Nah, I can't prove it, but I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? I remember exactly what the DJ was saying, too. And what did they say? Mr. Wright, please see these pointless questions. What possibly good could knowing what a radio DJ say to us? Indeed, Mr. Funkama has a point. I will allow this question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care. Because I feel like it's gonna give us a time frame or something like that. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask, huh? Very well then, fine. Mr. Butt, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when he said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the shot. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Okay. Maybe if I was right. I don't know how that happened. No. We got the president till we got to the bottom. It's the almost part. Wait, let me save again, because I'm pretty sure it's like this specific thing. It's also the specific line that I was thinking about at the very start of this case, the Turnabout. Right? Was it this one? I hope it's this one, because it's like after midnight. And she said, almost. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? Oh, what's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easily. You say, sweating buckets. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? Huh? Did you said, hey, it's almost Christmas when he had the gunshot? Indeed, and? Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Let's go. I'm so glad that I finally see this. Do you realize what this means? When I heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. Now that would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts the two testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honor. Both Mrs. Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses had gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he had a gunshot before midnight. The judge. The answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Kent? about Mr. Butts' claim that he heard the gunshot before midnight? Well, Larry is right. Larry is not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. And then show me evidence that there was a gunshot before midnight. It's the pistol itself, mate. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. The 3rd shot was the shot that Larry heard just before midnight. Order! Order! I guess that would make some sort of sense out of yesterday's testimonies. You waste our time again with your empty statements. Yes, the pistol was shot 3 times. But you have any proof that it was fired before midnight? Do you have proof that the witness didn't just think he heard something? Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Do you have evidence that proves there was a gunshot before midnight? Do you have evidence that proves Mr. Butts wasn't just hearing things? Mr. Gord. Mr. Wright, is that a smirk I see? Well, Your Honor, sorry. I wasn't really sure about the evidence. Ah, come on, really? But there was like a big loud noise before... Ah. Oh! The empty lake! Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Mrs. Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp of the photo reads December 24th, 1150. Oh yeah? Wait, but there's nothing on the lake on this, in this photo. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in the photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set up to go off to respond to loud noises. Oh! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. And that is why this photograph was taken. In other words, there was a gunshot at the time that Larry claims. So there were 3 gunshots at that lake? Order. That would make sense on the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, then there were 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50 and another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Oh, I better think of something real quickly. Wait a second. Gunshot separated by 25 minutes? Whoa! What's wrong, Nick? I have it. Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya, yeah? If we don't figure this out now, we will never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I got a hunch, and so I'm going to run with it. Right, I mean, is this safe? Safe? We already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. Well, you just watch and let me know if I see anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. Pheonix, please help me, because I do not remember. What happened last case? What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, Rook, you take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on the lake, and that was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond were on the boat. Ow. There was a gunshot fired on the boat and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been a suicide. At least 1 meter. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on the boat. I admit it is hard to believe or to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What? What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. That timestamp of the photo says midnight 15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are then. Edgeworth and the murderer. Can only be Edgeworth. Edgeworth is one on there. I don't know if it's Hammond. You know what? Only one way to do this, and that's by cheating. But I'm guessing like it's Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met with Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes. Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make out of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Again, you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. Wait, the old man? The murderer is a caretaker of the boat shop. That old man. At 11:50 was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Well, why did you do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real crime scene of this crime was not on a boat? Oh, what? Well then, where did this murder take place? Try to judge where the murder really took place. We found the thingy over there. If you remember back, we found a air tank over here. Oh. Here, of course, the boat shop, where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. He went looking for the... That night, he was out on the lake in the boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Just as he's starting to get to head for home, he hears a gunshot. I can't speak. He hears a gunshot, Your Honor. And even though he was wearing headphones at the time, in other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. True. And where would that be if I had just returned the boat? The boat shop. Oh. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Guard Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning and I take it very slowly, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. And after that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Well then, who fired a pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? The boat shop caretaker. Of course it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice, both missed Edgeworth, on purpose. Oh, wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. Notice, Mr. Wright, the moment you run out of explanations, the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. It makes so much sense. It's because the first one missed. Because the first shot missed. Because the shot missed? Missed? Yeah, he was aiming for Edgeworth, but it missed. What are you saying? Did you not just tell us that he missed Edgeworth on purpose? Oh, right. To create a witness. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot, to ensure that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hard did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. And then he jumps off. I thought it was gonna be like he missed the first time. The murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. I see. To someone looking from the edge of the lake, it appeared that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. And that's why he shot twice, to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat bag on the body, and then threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bailiff! Bring out the witness from before. The shop caretaker. Quickly! And I'm pretty sure that's also the same guy that killed Edward's father. Very well then, while we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Mr. Miles Edward, a few questions. Mr. Edward, please take a stand. Mr. Edward, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright has said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Oh, something important? I'm sorry, I cannot say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. Isn't that the boat shop either? You left him just run? What? What should I do? Find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away. I'm surprised they managed to run. Mr. Funkama, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. Because what I'm saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all of its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him and all of to know who he is. Is no one gonna say that like the Pheonix Wright called him dad for a second? Very well then, court is adjourned. And now look for that old man. December 27th, 1:22 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. So we have 2 days to go investigating. Yay, Nick, you did it. Yeah, well, at least we got that out of the. We got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else? Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sift through his unique testimony. But still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on the trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgewolf. Mr. Edgewolf? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You should try to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been bothering me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edwolf? No. There's so little time left. I want to tell you, but to get it off my chest, but... can't make up my mind. This is about the L6, Edgeworth. It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. Crime you committed? A memory of a murder. To be continued. Next time on Ace Attorney Pheonix Wright. Oh, I'm loving this case. I really want to play more of the other ones as well, not gonna lie. I think I will be doing that as well. Like, this 4 cases are so good. I really want to know what happens to the other Ace Attorney games. You could say I'm really hooked. It's a shame I never really played through the what was it? It's the third one, the Steel Samurai as a kid. Because I feel like the Steel Samurai lost me as a child. But this one, I guess it was because I'm a little bit older now. But like this one's really like interesting. I really love the intrigue and the mysteries are inside everywhere. Also, as you can see, this is 1 week later. But don't mind about that. I'm so slow to make my videos, not gonna lie. Way too slow. I should get back to like just doing videos every day, like 3-4 hours. That should help me, I feel like, get back into some sort of walking, because I've been doing nothing. I've been doing nothing at all the past couple of months. I don't know what it is, but it's really destroying me, like, mentally. But anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And as always, I hope to see you next time. For not quite the finale yet, but gathering all the information we can for that finale. So that everyone, bye!